Hey everybody, and welcome back once again to Kerbal Space Program. I'm Neg Primer. So, it's been a couple hours since I last played, and I watched a few videos on what other people are doing that I'm doing wrong. And the biggest thing is basically that I'm trying to go too fast. So if we look at some of my past ships, this one might not be the best, but if we look at the Try Harder, we're using these giant boosters on the sides. We gotta get rid of this. We basically want to use the boosters for getting off the ground, because we can't control their speed. So we basically want to use two small boosters instead of the one large one. Or instead of the two large ones. Two small instead of two large. So that will make it so we're not flying nearly as fast right off the bat. We're maybe trying a bit too hard to get into orbit. I haven't really been aiming for orbit, but I have been aiming for pushing in that direction. And kind of what we want to do, so let's go back. So there's, oops, I didn't mean to go all the way back. There's a couple things we want to do different. So right here you can see we've got all this junk. We still want the heat shields and all that. We still want all of this. We just want other stuff underneath this. The first thing we want underneath this is this service bay. Why do we want that, you might ask? Well, I haven't figured out how to use it. I haven't actually experimented with this. But you can see it's a big empty thing. Right? So what we want to do is we're actually going to store... How does this have to go in here? How does this work? We want to put a parachute in there. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. Because we want the parachute facing up. Why is it facing inwards? I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Like I said, I haven't actually messed around with this. I probably should have. Why is it sticking through everything? Okay, we're gonna delete everything. Actually, yeah, let's delete everything. So let's start from scratch. We put that in. We still want to put the parachute on top, because who knows what's actually going to work. Now we want to add this service bay. Service bay we want to open up so that we can put stuff inside it. And I probably should have watched somebody actually trying to build this so I can figure out what is going on here. But we're just gonna kind of deal with it. Okay. Yeah, this is not making any sense to me at all. Deploy. But some of the things I saw people doing were actually like their first ships weren't even like taking off, they were just rolling them on the ground so that they could do experiments and stuff. Which is pretty interesting stuff. I might try to go back and do some of that. I don't know what is going on with this. We're gonna have to see what it does when I actually hit play. But yeah, so we got those in there. So those will now be protected, presumably. And we actually don't want the heat shield on there. We do want this on there. So the reason I'm adding all this back on there is one of the things that I covered is you can actually go to different biomes on Earth, on the planet, in order to I know what I'm missing. Yeah, you can go to different biomes on the planet and get more science by exploring different types of lands. Which I kind of knew, but I didn't really. And we're also going to do let's add one more fuel tank and one of the smaller engines, so it should draw from that tank there as well. So you can see we've got a rather needle-like ship. And the thought process here actually, let's do these higher up. Oops, snapping. The thought process here is basically that it looks more like an individual rocket rather than a bunch of different ones. So we fire that bottom one, and then we need to detach that bottom one. I still haven't quite figured out how to use this smaller separator. But so we fire, then separate, fire, then separate, and then we can deploy the parachutes. Yep. And hopefully that will work. Hopefully this will work out for us. Now we also, I'm gonna go back and put a pilot back in. Did my other pilot bite it? I don't remember losing another pilot. Oh. Okay. Yeah, recover it. Okay. So when we take off, we do want to be trying to go at a bit of an angle. The thrust from the booster is going to be severe enough that we can't alter it too much. But we're actually going to, we've been going off to the right. We actually want to go to the left, I think. See where all these mountains are and everything. Because, yeah, if we go left, we're going this way. I wish we were on the bright side so we could see a little bit more detail here. But that's what we want to do, is we want to head off to those. So we're going to give this a shot, and hopefully it'll actually work out for us. This one doesn't provide as much thrust as the last one. Oh wow, that went through it like nothing. That didn't give us enough. Okay, so we're gonna have to revert to vehicle assembly. So let's switch it out. We will actually switch this out. This whole thing. Oop. Dang it. Okay, we'll have to add the wings back on. Let's replace that little one and the fuel tank with the bigger one. I don't know if it was using... Oh, you know what? Those are two different kinds of fuel. Because this... I'm not sure where it's saying it, but this is... Oh yeah, this is up top. The Fleece Solid Fuel Booster, and this is liquid fuel. So, it wasn't even touching that other one. So yeah, now we got some interesting stuff going on. So this one in here should be pretty well protected from any heat. So worst case scenario. The last thing was, it's okay to pop your parachute while you're careening through the atmosphere. So while you're burning up, it's okay to pull your chute then. I was thinking it would catch on fire if I did that, but that'll actually help me slow down while I'm in the process. So it's better to do that before. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing on this one that we did on the last one. Let's make sure these are in order. Bottom rocket, split. That rocket, split. And then we have those parachutes. Alright. And we are go. Like I said, while we have a bit of thrust, we're going to turn a little bit to the side. And this is basically as far as it'll let us turn. So we're not gonna... Hopefully we won't flip out here. And see our speed there was not flipping out too bad. And then we're gonna start the throttle off at the bottom. And crank it up slowly. We want to make sure we're not going too fast again. Oh, why are we flipping back the other direction? What are you doing, ship? Okay. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I did not want to turn this far over, and I can't fight it back. Oh. Come on, let me fight it. Let me rock over to the side here. Let me rock over. Let me straighten up. Shoot! I'm just gonna crash like this. Come on, game. I think we went too fast. So if we open this... I don't know what this is. Let's observe the mystery goo. It did nothing. Shoot! Let me pull up! I think I'm out of fuel anyways, so whatever. Let's do a crew report. Keep data. And then, yeah, we'll pull the parachutes. Which is not really seeming to have too much of an effect. Okay. Okay. I think I might have gone too far to the side too fast, and so it was not letting me pull up in the direction so I could go further. But it looks like it worked. It looks like I landed right here in the middle of the mountains. So we're on the mountains now. And I'm gonna wait, and hopefully this will be fine. We're gonna... Oop, oop, oop. Yeah, let's observe it as we're rolling downhill. Nothing. Okay. There we go, 7.5 science on that. Okay. So we got all that, and then we can actually tell him to go EVA here. We can have him store data. Let's have him... Oop, okay. Let's have him do an EVA report. And then we can store experiments. Okay, and then... It's a big question. I don't know how we're supposed to get back on there. You can see it's glitching out a little bit. But okay. See, that did go better despite me freaking out a little bit. But yeah, so that was relatively successful. That's a lot better progress than we've been having. So we went up towards those mountains. If we turn to the north... Oh, why is it not actually recovering these vessels? Not enough wheels. That's super weird that it's not actually recovering anything. Uh-oh. Nope. Are we stuck on this now? Focus on anything else here, game. Okay. Zoom flight. Why? Pick it up. I don't care about any of that. Go pick it up. What are you doing, game? You're in flight. See, I don't know why. Why I'm having to click on everything. I don't know why it's not doing that by default, but you can see we got 37.3 science now. Okay, so we got the same ship. We're actually gonna leave it as is. For some reason the goo doesn't want to be in there the correct way. Neither does the parachute. I don't know what the reasoning why it's facing away from what I'm trying to do. Close. Close. Okay. But okay. So we're gonna try that again and see if we can get even further this time. But we're gonna do pretty much the exact same thing. Starting off by curving to the left just a bit. And then we'll just burn like that until this runs out. And so yeah, we want this speed down here to stay relatively low. Okay. I don't want it to ever drop a little bit more than right about there. Okay, and we're going to keep it kind of a slow, steady burn this time. Oh, it's trying to point up now. So yeah, we're still building up speed. So I'm gonna dial back on it some. It's because I don't want us to continue picking up speed. Because that's going to be what ends up killing us. So we're still picking up a little bit of speed, but we're going pretty strong here. And so now I'm going to go ahead and crank it all the way up because we should be... Oh, no, we're not. I thought we would be high enough. This is why we have that backup parachute in here, though. Okay. We do have the heat shield on the bottom. Okay, so worst case scenario. So yeah, we're basically gonna land on the other side of this. I'm not sure it's gonna be any different than what we've got here. But I really should have cut out the engines further until I got to the apoapsis. And I wish it was daytime as well. I'd like to be able to see any remarkable features or anything. I know YouTube darkens this stuff as well, so I can only imagine what it looks like for you guys. But hopefully you're enjoying the show. See, like this, we're starting to burn up a little bit. I'm actually going to go ahead and deploy this parachute. Is it... Oh no, it killed both of them! What? Okay, we went to the left last time. That didn't do us. Let's go. Let's go this way. So again, it looks like we're going to the left, but I rotated the camera 90 degrees. So we're going in this direction instead. Turn down the throttle again. We're gonna go ahead and get some boost off of this, but I'm definitely not gonna go below 50 on here. And shoot, we're gonna cut that right now. Come on, pull up. Pull the nose up. Pull your nose up. Pull your nose up, ship. Why do you hate me? Why do you hate me when all I want to do is love you? We basically just made a giant missile, is what we made here. Okay, you know what? Deploy. Open this so that I can get at this. Oh, what? Are you not gonna let me... I can't even select this parachute. I might have to pause sooner than anticipated, people. I need to figure out why it's always putting in everything upside down inside there. Damn, I was hoping I could save those. But okay, so part of the reason I did that anyways is because now we can get science. So you can get science for so many different things in this. So let's see if I can do a crew report. So yeah, see how we're already on the ground and we're in water and we're still getting science? I didn't realize all that. And we're gonna store experiments. So there we go. See, and we hit recover vessel. But it's still out here for some reason, so... So we're now at 45.7. That means we could get another thing. The big issue right now is because I've taken those side missions, I can't go back and do some of the finds, or take them to this location. And apparently those locations are... there's an island out over here, I think, that we have to fly over. So you can build a plane to deal with those if you put points, if you put science into the right things. Which I did not. I gotta get this right, guys. I gotta get it right. I don't need to do this flawlessly, I just need to... I want to get over this ocean, for starters. about to cut off fuel. Let's go ahead and cut off fuel. So now, what does that look like? We're getting over this. I want to, once we get up here, so once we get about to just under 20,000, I'm going to burn hard towards, just directly towards the horizon. Oh, and we're coming up on it. Okay, here we go. Yay, I remembered not to hit. Okay. Well, we're out of fuel anyways. So let's go ahead and drop that. And we're basically just shooting ourselves like a rocket. I kind of would like to turn around, but that's not really an option with the way the forces are working right now. But we're shooting over here. I can't see anything, so I'm kind of just hoping it's a different biome. But I can't see. So yeah, like I said, I watched like 2 20-minute videos of this one guy who was already way past where I am right now. But he also knew what he was doing. And really, we lost both parachutes again. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to actually take a few minutes here and figure out why this stuff isn't getting put in here properly. Let's check one thing really quickly before I do that. Nope, okay. I thought maybe if I went in it like that. Alright, we'll be back in a few minutes. Or I will. We might cut this off for the video for today right there. But I'm gonna go check this out and then we'll be right back.